Hi, Jillian here from Full Circle Counseling and Therapy Services. Welcome to our very first Circle Talk Wednesday. I'm really excited to be able to launch this series where we talk about all things relationship, attachment, and circle of security parenting. So I thought it would be great to start out this very first one talking about a grounding strategy that we can use. So adults can use it, children can use it, and why is this important to start out with a grounding strategy? So if we look at author L.R. Knost, she has this quote that I absolutely love that says, "When little people are overwhelmed by big emotions, it's our job to share our calm, not to join their chaos." And it's so easy to join the chaos. But if we are losing it, we can't help our kids find it. So it's absolutely essential that we are able to regulate ourselves, to calm ourselves, to ground ourselves, so that we can then help our children do the same. 5 senses grounding, right? We use our senses because our senses exist in the here and now, right? So this can work when we are feeling overwhelmed, when we're anxious, when we're angry, when we're taking a moment to ourselves. It can also work as a daily practice to just help gradually over time lower our baseline. 5 things that we can see. So you look around your room, you look around your space in the here and now, and just notice 5 things that you can see. So if I was doing this, I might say, I can see myself, my reflection, I can see my laptop, I can see my calendar, I can see my pens, I think that's 5 things, I can see my necklace. 4 things that we can feel. So as we're doing this one, we're looking for things that we can feel or touch that feel either neutral or positive. And as we are naming them, we're also taking a moment to just take that in. So if I was doing that, I may say, I can feel my feet on the floor. Just take a minute to take that in. I can feel my body in the chair. I can feel my sweater on my body. I can feel the air coming in out of my lungs. And if I really pay attention, I can feel my necklace around my neck. Okay, next, 3 things we can hear. So it gets a little bit more difficult as we move along. We have to focus in a little bit more. So as I pay attention, I can hear my sound machine. I can hear the radio in the waiting room. And I can hear traffic outside. 2 things we can smell. So we notice 2 things that we can smell in our surroundings. Again, it's more important that we're paying attention, trying to notice these things rather than actually being able to notice them. So if we can't notice 2, that's okay. The other thing you can do is think of 2 smells that you really like and focus on them. So in my case, I can smell my moisturizer. And I'm going to imagine a smell that I really like. So I like the smell of springtime. So I'm just going to notice that. And just imagine that I can smell it. And last but not least, 1 thing that we can taste. So in this case, I can taste my coffee, but I can also notice something that I like to eat or that I like to taste. And so just taking a moment to take that in and notice that. So we can also use this 5 senses grounding with our kids. It can be a really useful tool right before bed where anxieties tend to run the highest, where kids are maybe having trouble turning their brains off. It can be a really, really nice way to just ground them in their body. And you can tailor it based on your child. You can have fun with it. I like to think of it as sensory I Spy. So I may say, tell me 3 things that are color that you like, or want you to look around the room and tell me things that remind you of a fun memory or things that you could use to calm down, right? We don't necessarily have to go through all the 5 senses. Tailor it based on your child and your interests and kind of where they're at, and have some fun with it. Thanks so much for your support, and we look forward to seeing you next week. Take good care.